Hello, my name is David Beauchamp, and I really hate the way my voice sounds recorded. And I interviewed one part of a technology administration team. There just isn't one person that handles this job. It is the job of about 5 different individuals at this library. And in doing so, I chose to interview the person whom I will call the technology coordinator, because they not only coordinate between the 5 libraries in this system, branches. They also deal with the administration end of things and also deal with the county IT department. This individual's job responsibilities go far beyond just technology, but that's what we're going to be focusing on here today. They gather the statistics on tech usage, both from their patrons and their staff usage. They end up purchasing a lot of technology that's used within this library, though the IT department itself handles all the purchasing of computers, but that leaves a lot of room open for e-readers, smart boards, and other technology like that. They also handle a lot of the troubleshooting between the smaller branches of this system, and also dealing with the IT department when they need to be called in to take care of a situation. They also handle most of the computer updates for the administrative computers and servers when those come around. They also deal with the backup of servers on a nightly basis. They also keep the statistics on the staff's viewing of webinars, especially those of technology, because this particular system, the county requires so many webinars must be watched, especially pertaining to technology, in order to help with continuing education. And the other big proponent or part of their job is dealing with the technology plan. To understand the viewpoint that this technology coordinator has about technology in the libraries, first you have to understand the area in which these libraries exist, which is in a very poor socioeconomic area. And many people do not have computers in their homes, let alone the internet. So they come to the library in order to use the internet, to have computers, and they're used for a whole variety of different reasons. The patrons of this library system, they come in to use computers and internet for job searching, writing resumes, for online classes, both for the high schools, middle schools, and community colleges, and other distance learning. They even have people that come in to do continuing education classes for their job. There's use for finding coupons and other deals in order to make the penny stretch, especially in this economy. They use computers for just simple emailing to stay in touch with loved ones, people they know, jobs, job contacts, and also falls into social networking as well. A lot of people are on the Facebook, the MySpace, and the other social networking websites out there, both for pleasure and for business. And this particular person, the technology coordinator, was really excited about some of the new technologies that they were bringing into the library, like the Barnes & Noble Nook and the Sony e-reader, which have, from what I've been told, has had a great response in the system, better than they had hoped. And they're quite excited about the introduction and installation of Evergreen, which they're hoping will occur later this year, beginning next year, about December, January, because they're going to actually be on the ground floor of the installation of this product, whereas with what they're using now, they had come in after the fact and, don't feel as comfortable as I would like with the ILS, but they're really excited about the new one, so they can be on the ground floor and see what it takes to install it from the ground up. One of the questions I brought up to this technology coordinator is how do they keep up to date with the various technologies that are coming out? I mean, how do they stay informed? And they told me they use WebJunction, both with some of the emails, newsletters that they get, and the actual site, from their colleagues, because they all are part of a team and they do like to collaborate and share ideas and get everybody interested with the new tech that's coming out, because one person might see something that another doesn't. So, it really allows them to really stay informed. Another one is listservs. Lots of different listservs are on, and then also TechSoup, that lets them know if new technologies are coming out, especially those that they might be able to get a discount on, because that's what TechSoup specializes in, is discounted software, mostly for libraries and other institutions of that nature, to be able to bring new softwares to a branch or to a system at a relatively cheap price, or at least a very discounted price. Then we got into sort of the technology that they use for their job and at their job, forgoing, the basic computers, emails, word processing, stuff that you use all the time. I wanted to get more into the special things that they use, stuff that might be a little different. And they showed me the one server that they have housed at their library, which is codenamed Borg, which holds their portion of the North Carolina Digital Library. They also showed me their telephone messaging system, which is sort of on its last leg, which is another reason why they're quite excited about the introduction of Evergreen, because that will module in that will take place of the telephone messaging system that they're using now. And they showed me a lot of the cables going to and from the county and the various computers in this particular library. The two other major servers that they have, which is one's called HIP, which handles their online OPAC system and card catalog, and the other one, which is codenamed Horizon, which holds their ILS system, which both of those servers are actually housed at the county IT department and not in the library. Though at one time they were there, they're no longer there. Then we sort of went from the hardware into the skills that they use a lot. So I showed them the table 01 in our book, and asked them to review it and see what they thought about it. And they had agreed with most of what was on there. Their biggest thing was they thought troubleshooting should have been a bit higher on the list, and they didn't use much, at least on their aspect of the job, the instant messaging, the blogging, the graphic design, or the network management in their job, because the county IT handles pretty much all the networking, and they're very proprietary over the network. And she was surprised when reports and tech surveys weren't on the list, because they handle a lot of that for various organizations that want those statistics. Everything from the state library to other grants that the system gets. They all want those statistical usage figures. And by no means did they feel that they had all the skills that they needed in order to do their job. One of the things that they wish they knew more about was the hardware knowledge, how to get inside a computer physically and mess with the hardware, or as I like to call it, more techie. And like I said before, they also want to know the ILS system better, and again, they're quite happy and excited that they will be moving to Evergreen towards the end of the year, so they will get this knowledge, so they'll learn the inner workings of this program from the ground up, from the installation thereon up. And then I asked them, what do they think the biggest piece of technology to impact the library was? And they had to say, hands down, it was the computer. It's changed every aspect of the library, from the way the patrons use the library now to the way the staff uses the computer, from the cataloging to the checking in and checking out of books. It has changed the game totally, and for the better. And I'm sorry about my cat. She's quite excited about me doing this recording, and I can't get her away.